Hello and welcome. I wanted to do a Facebook training for you on how to create an ad. I did ask the group that a few days ago, and it seemed like a number of you were interested in that, so I thought I would give you that training. I will say Facebook ads are extraordinarily useful in the online business world. I know a lot of people try to avoid them, but they just increase. Well, I guess they increase and they accelerate your results, your ability to get started quicker in the online business world. And it's a common obstacle. I know I struggled with them for a long time, and I know a lot of my clients come to me and they're struggling with them. I sometimes think these Facebook ads are kind of like this mystical online business creature. We hear that some people are having results with them, but we don't know how it's possible because they're so frustrating. So if that is where you're at right now, just know you're not alone. I've been there. I know a lot of other people who have been there. So I'm here to help give you some, words of advice and some tools. So what is working really well right now in the wellness industry is 7 and 10-day training. So we are going to create a 7-day training in the form of an ad, and we will get started. I will say that I'm assuming that you've gone through the 7-day challenge trainings. If you haven't, I would do that because I don't go as in depth into the targeting as I would normally. The reason I don't is because that is in the 7-day training. So it's specifically on day 4 if you want to go check that out. And then I'm going to be releasing a webinar here probably in the next week. And this Facebook ad training you certainly don't have to go through it to get benefits and knowledge and strategies out of the webinar. But if you go through this training first, you'll just get that much more out of the webinar because you will know kind of how to drive traffic. So let's get started. So you'll want to go to canva.com and click more. We're going to create an image for our ad first. Scroll all the way down and then click on Facebook ad. So we're going to create an ad for a 7-day challenge. We're going to call it 7-day challenge to a more vibrant and energetic you. So, and this I think could apply to a lot of you. So how are you going to get them to become a more energetic and vibrant you, or vibrant them? That's sort of the end goal, right? But in this training, you're going to give them the tools and knowledge to do that, right? To become a more energetic and vibrant them. So that can be done, in a number of ways, through yoga, recipes, nutrition advice, chakra and crystal healing, essential oils, all of the above. So, you can really do a lot within those 7 days to help them get to this end goal. And again, I go through, market research pretty extensively within the 7-day training. So if you haven't done that, please do so. This will make much more sense if you have. Okay, we're going to scroll down and we're going to click the photo grid one, just where there's just one photo here. Okay, then we're going to go to upload. I will say that beach pictures, tranquil looking pictures, serene looking pictures, just beautiful pictures in general work really, really well with ads, as well as any sort of post. Really anything that you're doing on Facebook. I'm not sure what the reason is behind it, but people like to click on pretty pictures, especially beach pictures. Maybe it's because everyone would rather be at the beach. I don't know. They work really, really well. So that's a little bit of advice based on experience. Okay, so now we're going to click on text. Now Facebook won't allow you to have more than 25% of your photo for your ad taken up by text. Let's pick this one. Okay, so now see, if I just left it like that, my ad wouldn't get approved because it takes up more than a quarter of this picture. So we're going to size that down, and we're going to change the black to pink. Why pink? Because most of my branding is in pink, so you want to stay consistent And also, everything on Facebook is blue, right? So you want something that stands out. You want it to contrast with the blue. So you could say 7-day challenge, you could say 7-day training. Sometimes I've played around a couple times with like a 7-day soiree. That's worked well for people in the wellness industry that work with consumers. So people like yourself, you want to offer yoga classes, you want to offer chakra healing, crystal healing, essential oil, how to implement essential oils into your life, nutrition advice, things like that. So when you as the online business professional are working with consumers, so like for example, for me, I work with other business professionals in the wellness field. But for you, you're working with consumers. So, 7-day soiree, that's actually something new I've been trying and it's been working pretty well. I think it just sounds fun and exciting. And it's different, you don't really see that very often in the online world. So it just makes you stand out a little bit. So you can play around with some wording there, but 7-day challenge, a more vibrant and energetic you. Okay, so there's our picture. We're going to download it, JPEG. Save that. X out of it, X out of Canva, and now we're ready to create our ad. So we'll go to business.facebook.com, go to our ads manager, and then we're going to click on create ad. Okay, we're going to boost a post. Boosting posts are a really great way to get started with Facebook ads. I'm assuming most of you are just kind of getting going with Facebook ads, so starting with boost your posts, a great way to kind of get your feet wet with Facebook ads. Set audience and budget. Okay, so now with this 7-day challenge in mind, I've done a little bit of market research, target research, audience research, and come up with the people I want to target. So these are the interests we're going to target. So that's what we will use. I'm going to scroll down. Whoops. And then click in this detailed targeting. This is where you'll add your interests after you've done your research. So just bear with me while I add these in. So one nice thing to do when you're getting started with Facebook ads is to start your audience relatively broad and then kind of narrow things down from there. See what's working. If it's not working, with Facebook ads, there's quite a bit of testing that needs to go on to see what works and what doesn't work. So if you do decide to run an ad and you want some help or input, let me know. I'm happy to do that for you. And like I said, if you haven't gone through the target market training that's in the 7-day challenge, it is day 4. So, definitely do all 7 days. They do kind of build on each other, and then I tie them all together on day 7. But, if you haven't had a chance to do all 7 and you kind of just want to start working with Facebook ads, then you can just jump to day 4. so essential oils and yoga. Okay. So oils, and so Young Living pops up, but I want to just do just the broad essential oil topic. Will reach more people, as you can see, over 37 million as opposed to a little under a million. Okay, so now let's go up. I'm going to target people in Australia. Well, specifically women in Australia. But it doesn't mean you have to target just women. You can do women and men. But just for the example, I'm going to do women in the United States, Canada, and Australia who are ages 22 to 55. And again, we go over, who your ideal client is, what they, are they male or female, what age they are, where are they in the world. We go over all of that in 7-day training. So you'll be pretty clear on who it is you want to work with, what age they are, what gender, where they are, after you go through that 7-day training. Okay, so we have women ages 22 to 55 in the US, Australia, and Canada who have these interests. That's who we're targeting on Facebook. And as you can see, the reach is about 7 million people. So this would be a good place to start. Now, one nice thing that is new in Facebook ads, relatively new, is that you can target people by income. And they get this Facebook gets this information from the census, I believe. So, I've had a couple clients tell me, well, that's super creepy. And it may or may not be creepy. You can decide that. However, it can be useful in targeting people. So it can be useful for us. So narrow your audience. And how you do that, I'm not going to do it in this specific ad because I think for a first ad, just trying to kind of test out an audience and see how they respond, I think 7 million is probably a kind of a good wide net to toss and then see how that turns out. So, if you ran this ad for a few days and it wasn't doing so well, you might want to come back and add in income because that would be a more targeted audience. It'd be smaller, and see how that works. So now to do that, you go down to this second little window, go to Browse, Demographics, Financial, Income. And I would choose, for people in the wellness industry working with consumers, I would choose anyone with an income of over 40,000. So I would do, starting at the 40 to 50 all the way up to the over 500,000 and see where that brings you, and then try that ad. So that's usually my step 2, is I cast a wide net, see how that goes, and then so from your wide audience, wide net, I mean, this is still targeted, right? We're still targeting people, but it's a pretty wide targeting. And then from there, you can kind of carve out more narrow targeting until you get sort of like that sweet spot in your Facebook ad and your target audience that is really, really working well and giving you great results. So there is a period of testing that goes on, especially if you're doing it yourself and you're starting out with Facebook ads. But this training should definitely give you a jump start. Okay, a $5 ad budget is great. We're going to run it continuously. We want to let Facebook kind of determine how much we'll pay per click. And then I like to, in addition to the ad set name they give me, I like to add just an additional. So for this one, I'll put group Facebook training, but you could maybe put, I would put EO, yoga, chakra. So I know I'm targeting people in yoga, chakras, and essential oils. All right, and then choose ad creative. So remember, we're boosting a post, right? So I'm going to select the account we want to use. I'm going to use my Hannah Jet account. I have a couple other pages that I manage for people, but I'm going to obviously use my own account for this example. And then you're going to click this little plus sign because we're going to create a new page post. Okay, we're going to upload that photo we made. I swear I put it on my desktop. Maybe it's in pictures. Okay, let me save it again. Sorry, guys. Alright, now it is definitely saved to the desktop. Okay, so now for your text for your Facebook ad. So with ads, you want to ask them to do something, right? You want to have a call to action. You want to send them somewhere. So for a really good strategy when you're trying to build your audience is to create a group. Groups are really powerful on Facebook right now. And send them to your group and ask them to join, and then you run the challenge from there. I also would, and I actually talk about this a little bit more in the webinar. So, but I would send them an initial strategy when you're starting out with Facebook ads, and even if you're a seasoned Facebook ad user, Facebook groups are really, really powerful. So that is where we're going to send them, is to our group. So we have a 7-day challenge to a more energetic and vibrant you. So you want to start by asking them a question. So we could say, are you tired? And this is a question that you know they're going to answer yes to. You know, it's you're asking them a question about one of their major pain points, one of their struggles, one of their issues or obstacles that you can help them overcome, right? So are you tired of feeling sluggish and like you have no energy? Okay, so that's the question we're thinking they're going to answer yes to. Then you can say, then join my private online group where we will be launching, I want to say where I will be launching a 7-day challenge to a more vibrant and energetic you. Give them a start date. Say we start May 1st. Click the link below and request to join. I can't wait to see you in there. So this is sort of the bones of our ad. You might want to add a sentence or two about how they will be achieving the more vibrant and energetic them, because they are feeling sluggish and have no energy. And so now how you will help them achieve that will be specific to you, your business, your skills, your strengths. But here are some examples. You can say, together we will, colon, and then have some bullet points. Learn quick and simple recipes to detox your body and give you energy. Receive daily yoga classes via video for detoxing and energy. And then maybe put one or two other ones. I do 3, 5 at the most. You might want to have, something about chakras here, something about essential oils here. But you want to, in these bullet points, you want to let them know how they're going to get from feeling sluggish and having no energy to a vibrant and energetic them. So this is the where they are now, right here. This is where they want to be. This is how they're going to get there and how you're going to help. And then here we'll click the link below and request to join. Can't wait to see you in there. So they're going, and then you'll click save unpublished post. So and then this is the preview. This is how it'll look. And this image will be clickable. So they'll click this image and it'll go to your group. And they know that they need a request to join. Let's remove Instagram and desktop right column. Typically mobile newsfeed and desktop newsfeed have the best conversion rates. So I start out with those always. And then from here we can just click place order and then it will start running your ad. Okay, so let's review here quickly. Create your image in Canva. Keep the text on the image less than 25% of the total image. You want to boost your post, and within the post you'll of course have your image, and then you want to ask your prospects, your target market, a question that gets at one of their pain points, their obstacles, their struggles that you are fairly certain they're going to say yes to. Ask them the question. In their mind they'll say yes, and then you say, then do this. Then join my private online group. We're running a 7-day or 10-day challenge, whichever one you want to do, starting May 1st, or give them a start date. Tell them how you're going to get them from where they are now. They're at that question, that pain point, and the end goal, the end result is what your advertising, your 7-day challenge will achieve. And then with the bullet points, you're going to outline how you're going to help them get there. Then remind them to join the group, request to join, you'll see them in there, and give them the link to the group. That is a great way to start out with Facebook ads, a great way to get your feet wet. In terms of targeting, you want to start kind of general, not too general. You definitely want to have some targeting. You don't want to target, for example, all women in the United States, Canada, and Australia. You want to have some interests, right, to kind of narrow it down. Test out the ad for a few days, and then continue to carve down and hone in your target market. A good way to do that in like a step 2, so you try out the ad, see how it's working. Maybe it goes like gangbusters, which would be great. But if it doesn't, then the step 2 would be to start targeting with income and see how that goes. Okay guys, I hope you found this training valuable and helpful. Feel free to reach out to me if you need help with ads, reviewing, you want me to look over your image or your text, your copy, whatever. I am here to help and support and encourage you. Just remember that. All right, I will see you in our group, and I look forward to connecting with you. Take care.